An Erios original.
Hello and welcome to Webcrawlers. This is a new weekly episode we're doing, Bimbo Summit News.
Surprise!
Rachel and Desi from Hollywood Crime Scene and Kara from Everyone's Business But Mine. We always call when we talk together the Bimbo Summit.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it'd be funny to name our news episode.
Very funny. Bimbo News?
Yeah.
Bimbo
News.
News for Bimbos.
Bimbo Summit News. Yeah, news for bimbos. TV. First, let's go over some TV stuff.
Oh my God.
Melissa and I are both Vanderpump News heads.
We are.
Vanderpump Rules.
We're Vanderpump News Rules heads. When did you start watching Vanderpump?
Since day one.
Oh, so like 10 years.
Oh yeah, I'm an OG. Yeah.
Wow. I've heard of the show because I watch Housewives and Lisa Vanderpump's on Housewives. Everyone's always like, this show is so good, but it got to 10 seasons. I'm like, I can't do it. And then this whole scandal broke and everyone's like, you gotta watch it. I'm like, okay. So I watched season 1 without Martin. He's like, I can't do this. We have a child. I can't do this. And I'm like,
I can't do this. Yeah.
It is so fucking good. They just constantly lie to each other. They backstab each other. They cheat on each other. It's so, and but the thing that I love about it is because it's like 2011 or 2012.
Yeah.
This is before you had brands. This is before you were like, well, I better watch what I say. It was just people being the craziest as they could be. And they all work at a restaurant.
Nuts. Yeah.
It's so good.
And it's not like The Bachelor, where they go on it to try to get brand deals. And this is before Instagram really is popular and things like that. It's just, they're really not censoring themselves.
Yeah. They're just this group of friends who works at this restaurant and they have sex with each other. They cheat on each other. They lie. They get into fights.
It's insane. And so for those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, Ariana and Tom Sandoval are one of the long-standing couples on the show.
9-10 years they've been dating.
Yes, but here's the thing about how they started dating. Tom Sandoval was dating a crazy woman named Kristen
Doughty.
Tom started having like an emotional relationship with Ariana.
Yep.
And then they allegedly made out while Kristen and Tom were still together, even though it was very clear that they probably did more than that.
At the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas.
At the Golden Nugget in Vegas.
In the pool.
Which, by the way, like the nicest room at the Golden Nugget in Vegas is like $600 a night.
Oh.
And it's 2 stories.
Wait,
and
for real?
Yes. I think I sent this to you and Rachel once.
Wow.
I mean, the problem is that it's the Golden Nugget.
Sure.
In downtown Vegas. But you could get, if you're ever looking for a penthouse suite in Vegas and don't want to spend a lot of money, it's a Golden Nugget. So their relationship started with an affair. That being said, Ariana and Kristen were not friends. In fact, they are enemies.
Correct.
So that's where some people feel like this story is maybe
because
a little
the girl who Tom cheated on Ariana with, like, Ariana and his like best friend, like this girl that they were like, who's new to the group, they brought under their wing. She's like younger. She would hang out with them all the time. Like it was like weirdly like she was their daughter in a way.
Yes.
And
it was weird.
So weird. She's like 26, 27 and they're like 39, 40.
Right. Which is scary. Yeah. This girl, Raquel.
Yes.
Who was engaged to James, who's also part of the group.
DJ James Kennedy.
DJ James Kennedy almost moved in with Tom Sandoval at one point.
10 years ago.
Yeah. James Kennedy dated Tom Sandoval's ex,
Kristen
Doughty, and they lived together. And Tom Sandoval paid for James Kennedy's engagement to Raquel.
Which was just so weird. He paid like, what, $5,000 for James to do this whole Coachella, like fake Coachella thing. James was like, this is cool. Like my friend's helping me out, like get engaged to this Raquel, my fiance.
Yeah.
It's
so it was a huge surprise.
Bizarre.
To everyone to find out that Tom Sandoval and Raquel, who obviously had broken, well, I guess not obviously, who had broken up with James at that point, had been having an affair for, they say, 7 months now, or like, probably more than that.
It's probably more than
everyone's
that.
Back.
Yeah.
They claimed at the reunion they had only had sex once.
Which turns out that was a lie. Yeah. And Raquel came back a few days later to like tell the truth. Like, I'm lying. We had sex while Ariana was out of town at her grandmother's funeral. We had sex this time and this time. And it just makes Tom look so bad.
They had sex on a vacation to Mexico that Ariana was on.
Right.
So I guess Tom would go to Raquel's room, have sex with her, and then go back to his own room and sleep in bed with Ariana, his girlfriend. Like, he's a disgusting pig.
I have a photo with Tom. Tom Sandoval came to my basketball game last month.
Yeah.
And I was there. Paisley's on my team.
Maria's on your team.
Maria is on our team, but Maria doesn't watch Vanderpump. Paisley watches Vanderpump. And she's like, I think that's Tom. I'm like, huh? This was like days after the scandal broke. I was only on like season 6 at this time.
Yeah, you weren't in the thick of it.
And I was like, oh my fucking God. I freaked out. He was there. We figured out through Instagram. His bandmate's wife is on the team that we played called the Golden Girls. And so we got a picture with him because Martin wasn't at the game. This is a game Martin didn't come to. Oh, and I was like, I have to get a picture. And I was like, Tom, can we have a picture? And he's like, sure. And we got a picture. I put it on Instagram. I tagged him in the photo for some reason. I got blocked by Ariana that night.
That's so funny.
Because I guess she was going through his tagged photos. Because Martin sent me a thing for Ariana's Instagram. I'm like, she's not on Instagram. Martin's like, yeah, she is. And Paisley's like, wait, I can't see her account either. And we're like, oh my God, she blocked us because we took a picture with Tom.
Which is so crazy because it's not like it was a salacious picture where it seemed like you guys were hooking up with him.
I was just like, oh my God, look who's at my basketball game. I wasn't like Team Tom or anything.
Yeah.
And then we saw Tom again last week.
Yes.
He came to the basketball to see his friend play. The night before the reunion aired, he just walked by us and I was like, Paisley, it's Tom again. And I like secretly took a photo of him.
And he was with Billy Lee.
Billy, yeah. Is it Billy Lee?
I don't know.
Billy.
I think
Billy something. Billy. Yeah. From the show.
It's also alleged that he had an affair with her too, or slept with her as well. So it's anyways.
And Tom Schwartz's girlfriend Jo is on that same basketball team. His girl he hooked up with.
Right.
So I'm in it. I'm in the thick of Vanderpump.
People now are having sympathy for Tom.
I saw that.
There's no excuse for. People now are showing more sympathy for Raquel. And I saw actually this like TMZ interview with Ariana where she's at the airport. I think it was yesterday.
Oh.
Where, and the guy says, do you, after seeing the reunion, after seeing Raquel's one-on-one at the reunion, do you have any sympathy for her? Yeah. And Ariana says, maybe, yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. So she's kind of turning a new leaf.
Because at the reunion, because this was the first time they had seen each other since the cheating. And Ariana was like rightfully a bitch to them. But like rightfully
and it was like 2 weeks after.
Yeah. Like saying,
the feelings were still raw.
You're a piece of shit. You're both pieces of shit. But like I've seen people commenting on Instagram, it's like Ariana was too mean to Raquel. She was too mean. And I'm like,
The things that I didn't say them to the guy I've been cheated on. Mm-hmm. And the things I said to my boyfriend were next level bad.
Sure, yeah.
And a lot of them were totally inappropriate. But when you're that heated, you lose any sense of pause.
If they were to do the reunion today, it would be way more like
measured, I think.
Yes.
Because she said like "fuck yourself with a cheese grater," which I'm sure she could
called
take.
her a dementor. She's like, I know you like Harry Potter.
Yeah, like she
said some really mean shit. But like, whatever, good for her.
The one thing that I cracked up about was Raquel said something, and then Ariana's response was just, "You're ugly."
She was saying, like, it was funny. Like, she was saying, and like Tom would say something, she'd be like, "Shh, no one wants to hear you talk."
Yeah, like, listen, we're not pro bullying, but sometimes you have to bully. Sometimes there's a case for bullying.
But Ariana's been like, she's on the cover of Glamour, she's in commercials, like she went to the White House Correspondence Center. She's making bank off of this.
Yeah. So I guess like the question is, what led Raquel to? Why would Raquel do this?
Well, I think Tom like talked her into it. It's like very manipulative.
I kind of think after hearing everything that Raquel was misled. I think that maybe Tom told her they were in an open relationship.
Yes, I think that happened.
So they started hooking up. And then I think at that point, Raquel caught real feelings, then found out they weren't in an open relationship. Then I think she probably wanted to immediately tell Ariana. And then Tom said, "Oh, we can't tell Ariana. Ariana is hugely depressed. She'll commit suicide. I'll tell her when we're ready or when it's appropriate." And so then this thing kept going on with Raquel hoping that Tom would tell, and then he never did it. And then she was kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place, you know, and didn't know what to do.
The other sad thing is that Raquel was like, wanted to maybe be in a throuple with them.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I love Ariana. I love them both. And that's like, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I do. I do think that Raquel suffers from some serious like people pleasing, low self-esteem. I think Raquel might have some childhood trauma stuff going on. Yeah. I think there's some weird family stuff going on with her.
Well, yeah, because she was like adopted by her aunt. Something weird.
Yeah, so her mom gave birth to her sister and then kept her sister. And then a few years later got pregnant with Raquel, didn't want Raquel, but her sister at the time, her mom's sister at the time was trying to get pregnant and couldn't. So it was like, you can just have Raquel.
Yeah.
And so then her aunt, Raquel was just given to her aunt. Yeah, and then raised with her aunt.
And she was a pageant girl her whole life too. Yeah. I know everyone's like, don't have sympathy for her. She lied and she's diabolical. But like, I don't know. I feel bad for her a little. I don't know. Yeah. It's complicated.
I do think, we'll wrap it up with this and we're not talking about Vanderpump the whole time. I do think that Tom Sandoval is like a narcissist. Yes, I think he has 100%. Narcissistic personality disorder. Yes. And I think like, I think that I
don't think he can be redeemed. I think Raquel can be redeemed.
I think Raquel can be redeemed. And I think that she has some trauma going on that led to her behaviors. And I don't think she has malicious intent. I actually really don't. And I don't
either.
I kind of think that she was acting out of trauma and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. She's 20, 26, 27. Like, you're still young. You're still doing crazy things.
And I think she just started experimenting with alcohol.
Yeah. She seems very immature for her age, too. Very sheltered life.
Alcohol and trauma don't mix. Take it from me. You drink, and if you have trauma and you start drinking and like, it's just, you start making decisions that don't make sense. And I think she might have some alcohol problems too, to be honest, because it seems like every time she drinks to excess. It doesn't seem like, it seems like she might have a phenomenon of craving going on where if she has one drink, she drinks to blackout or she drinks to excess drunkenness. And that is one of the ways that they determine alcoholism. And I'm not diagnosing anyone. Alcoholism is a self-diagnosed disease. But I'm just saying one thing I've noticed with her is she does not seem to moderate her drinking or be able to. So yeah, I don't know.
Good luck to all of them.
Good luck to everyone involved. But call in and let us know what you think.
Yeah, if you're a Vanderpump head, let us know.
Yeah. Should we get into 90 Day Fiancé or should we go on to the news? What do you think?
Oh, yeah. The new 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah. 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. The first couple is Amanda and Razvan. Amanda is a 31-year-old widowed mother.
Right.
This girl.
I think she's
so. Just to give background, and then I'm curious what to think.
Yeah.
What you think? She was like with allegedly the love of her life, and her husband. She was married, and then her husband found out he had like stage 4 terminal cancer, and he died almost a month later.
Yeah, that's so sad.
And then a few weeks after, she was on TikTok, saw some Romanian social media star, and she gave him a rose. I guess on TikTok you can buy roses for people.
I don't know.
And I don't know. I don't do TikTok. And then they started talking and I guess fell in love, and now they're dating and she's going to go visit him.
Yeah. And it's like really soon after her husband's death. Look, everyone handles grief in different ways.
Yes.
If this makes her feel better, then like go for it. But like this guy she's going to date clearly is just like, he's not going to be the new father of her children. He's just like an influencer actor. Doesn't he do like porn as well?
He like, I think takes videos of himself showering or something, or like there's something weird that he does with women, or women love him on TikTok. He does. Yes. He has a female audience.
Yes. So it's
want to know something
it's
embarrassing?
A disaster. Yes.
I'm looking at TVinsider.com, and it's the article about the new cast.
Okay.
And this outfit that Amanda's wearing, her picture, I just bought that outfit for Mexico in black. And it's really embarrassing. It's from Lulu's.
The same exact outfit?
Yeah, I mean, it looks different on me than it does on her. It doesn't look as cheap.
Oh, like the top and like the blue.
It's a dress. You can't tell it's a dress. It's just open. It's cut in the middle and then it's attached in the back.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and I got it in black, so it like looks a little different. But
okay, I like the 2-piece where like the stomach is cut open. I'm into that.
Yeah, and I don't leave it as open because I don't have a nice stomach. But
you could just put makeup on your abs.
Yeah,
and, like you're at dinner with your boyfriend, and like,
you have like an 8-pack.
Your napkin gets all orange. You're like, what's like? Oh, I don't know. What is
going
this?
on here?
Oh, weird. What happened? Like your abs, like one side is abs.
Have you ever left a self-tanner staying on someone's bed?
All the fucking time. I used to get self-tanned in the early 2000s.
Yes.
My car seat in my car would like be stained. All of my clothes were stained. I would have a towel in my car to put on the seat after I got self-tanned. It was, everything in my life was stained orange.
Oh my
everything.
God. I
sunset tan.
Yes. Oh my God. I dated like 10 years ago. It was before I got sober. So yeah, it must have been like 10 years ago. This comedian, he's great. This guy, Kevin Christie. And I remember the first time I slept at his house, I had got a spray tan. And I left like a Law and Order SVU outline on his sheets of just like a
Did he have
spray
white
tan.
sheets?
And I was like, yes.
Oh,
and I was like, this guy's never going to want to talk to me again. But he thought it was funny, but it was like so embarrassing.
It's just like the pillow's like an outline of your face.
Yes. Oh, it was horrible. Okay. Then there's Riley and Violet. I kind of like didn't pay attention to this guy.
Yeah.
He loves jazz.
Yeah, he likes jazz.
He doesn't want to say I love you, right?
I think, is this the, oh no, the other guy for sure has the catfish, but this is.
Yeah, one of the guys has a catfish.
Oh, and they tell him.
Yeah, so it turns out he's been talking to a man
the whole time. I thought it was a lady.
This guy hasn't been. Oh, this guy's deaf. Oh, yeah. So then.
Oh, the
this
deaf
is cool.
guy.
He's so sweet. There's David, 42 from Nebraska, and Sheila, 31 from the Philippines. Oh, he's so sweet. So he was born completely deaf, and his parents sent him away to deaf school.
Right.
I don't know enough about whether or not that's common. But so he went to deaf school.
Because his parents were not deaf.
Yeah. And I wondered when he said that, I was like, did they learn sign language or did they just like ship him off? Like I was wondering about the compassion level in that.
Yeah.
And so then he met this woman, Sheila, from the Philippines in a Facebook group for the hearing impaired. Because I guess when she was young, she had some sort of trauma where now she has to wear hearing aids. And They seem, and she's learning sign language now to talk to him. They seem cute.
They seem cute.
Yeah. I like them.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Oh, yeah. And then Gino and Jasmine are back.
God. Did Jasmine get a nose job?
She looks different.
She looks totally different. She looks great. I mean, I think
she looks great. I love them. I think they're the craziest couple. I think she's nuts.
I know.
I think they're so fun.
They're my favorite too because they're so insane. Gino with all his, he was wearing the hat in. Do you know the I think you should leave sketch where?
Yes, I was gonna say he's like wearing the I think you should leave hat.
I took a picture. I forgot to send it to you, but he's wearing the hat that had like the little flap in the back.
Yes. I have some theories on Gino. First of all, I can't believe Jasmine was a teacher. That's insane to me.
Doesn't she have like 3 college degrees or something? Or she has like a master's in like teaching something?
That's crazy.
Maybe she had
but I think that Gino, when Gino says like, I can't get hard, their whole problem is they don't have sex. Yes. Like Gino can't get an erection when they're having sex, but I guess he could in the beginning. Oh. I think that Gino is a porn addict.
That's kind of what I thought too.
And I think that in the beginning he could get an erection because he didn't have feelings for her and he just saw her as like a sexual being.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because that's the thing with porn addicts is like they can only be turned on by like just things that they find just completely sexual.
Right.
But then once they started dating and he started like developing feelings for her, she was no longer just like a sexual object. So he can't get an erection anymore. So it's weird when she was like, he just like jerks off in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, he can only be stimulated by, because he finds sex degrading, not intimate.
And she's at the doctor, like getting that vagina treatment, whatever it's called.
Yeah, she's trying to get her vagina tightened. And I'm like, girl, it's
like,
not
I
your
don't know that that's the problem.
I don't think it's the problem. Because, I mean, like guys like hump couches. Like, I don't think like couches. It's about how tight your vajayjay is.
But anyway, I mean, rooting for them.
Yeah, the couple of a lifetime.
Great. Okay, so this is a crazy thing that happened over the weekend in my house. There was a...
Oh, yes, this was insane.
Okay, so there was this... There was a fly in the house, and I was like trying to hit it with a fly swatter. And then Martin saw this thing in the corner up like towards the ceiling, was like, what is this brown thing in the corner? And I'm like, I don't know. It's like I took pictures of it. It was like rock hard. I was like hitting with the fly swatter. And God. I didn't know. I took pictures of it. I sent it to you guys. You're like, this is disgusting. Don't send me this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna barf.
Like, no, thanks, Melissa.
And I was like looking up, like, is like a moth casing? Is like an inch and a half, like a brown thing. It had like weird little black stripes on it.
Yeah, we started Googling like,
I was
what
like Googling,
kind of thing
what
is
the
this?
Fuck is this? And I posted it in the Discord because I was like, guys, what?
Oh, you did?
I did. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I put it on the Reddit, what is this bug? I got no replies on Reddit.
What the fuck?
And I was like looking up, and then Kendall on the Discord was like, it looks like a praying mantis egg. And I was like, oh my God. Googled it, and that's exactly what it looked like. And I'm like, so what is a praying mantis egg? Apparently, they can have up to 200 praying mantis babies can come out of it, and it hatches mid to late June. And so I don't know how long it's been up on the wall, maybe like a week or so. And I'm like, I got to get this thing out of my house. So Martin,
you got to get
Martin
that
took a knife and had to like scrape it off the wall.
The video of him doing that was disgusting.
Because you hear like the scraping of it.
Like the sound, it was disgusting.
But he scraped it off, and like it kind of broke in half a little. And you open it, you see there's a praying mantis in there because it's the praying mantis that like lays the eggs around themselves. Oh, God. And it was in there. So we put it outside in like some grass, and like I don't know if it's still gonna have babies. But like anyway, that was
you did your best.
That was a disgusting thing that happened over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not your responsibility to have 200 praying mantises.
No, I can't care for all those. I have one baby.
Yeah, you already have one baby. You really tried to get that thing out there as kindly as you could. What else is going on?
Oh, I saw this news story about this family found 1 million pennies, like in the storage area in their house. They found it was 1 million pennies. They were cleaning their late father's house, and they're like, "What do we do with 1 million pennies?" And
what do you do with 1 million
$10,000. They think that their dad is a German immigrant, and they hoarded the coins after the U.S. switched from making pennies out of copper to zinc. So these are like old ass pennies.
That's crazy.
They put it on OfferUp for $25,000, and I'm like, "You're selling $10,000,
and it's worth $1 million?"
No, it's 1 million pennies. It's worth
and how much was it worth?
$10,000.
Oh, okay.
But they're like old rare pennies, and I'm like, "You're selling $10,000 for $25,000."
That's, I mean,
I don't know. Also, 1 million pennies. You know how heavy that is?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then this dog with the longest tongue.
Oh yeah, I replied to you saying horny.
This dog. I love animal news.
I do love animal news too.
It's a lab, and Zoe, a 5-inch tongue.
Hi, Zoe.
Her tongue is over 1 inch longer than the previous record holder, an English setter named Bisbee. She's had unusual tongue. I mean, the picture's crazy. The dog has a very long tongue.
Yeah, Bisbee does look nuts.
So good for Zoe.
So I have a great article on Danny Devito. Danny DeVito is in the Haunted Mansion movie that's coming out, I guess, even though I feel like they've done like 10 Haunted Mansion movies.
Yeah.
And this article is from Empire. It says, Haunted Mansion's Danny DeVito had a paranormal experience with a bird. I think I attract the animal kingdom.
Okay.
He says, sitting down to talk all things scary with Empire in the new Ahsoka issue, DeVito spoke about his own brush with the unknown, which turns out to be a bird. I think I attract the animal kingdom, he says, holding up a photo on his phone that looks like a crow. Yesterday, I was just sitting around working on something, and I saw this bird. Now I've seen that bird several times. Okay. I don't know if it's the same bird, but I got a feeling it may be. You could say it's a coincidence, but if something happens again and again and again, is it a sign?
It's just like a regular...
It's like a crow. Yeah. All look the same.
Okay, Danny DeVito.
Okay, so then also, I'm sure you've all heard about this whistleblower that claims the U.S. has discovered UFOs and has them. Alien crafts or something, it said.
Yeah.
A former government official named David Grush, who has worked in the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office, has gone public. He worked with the federal government's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, which we've talked about before. He says that secret government programs have intact and partially intact vehicles of non-human origin.
Ooh.
That they've engaged in publicly unknown Cold War to try to reverse engineer technology from these crafts. This is from Vox.com.
Okay.
And he said, naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you uncover dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true. So is he saying that they actually have like...
Yeah, aliens
as well?
I mean, I believe that they have some sort of weird aircraft that they can't identify.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something. But I mean, what I love most is like no one cares.
I know.
Everyone's like, we get it.
Yeah,
we all aliens. Know by now.
Whatever.
Another thing is this crazy Ted Bundy story. I didn't read the whole thing. My favorite thing is to just read the title and then just be like, this is crazy. This is from Slate. How the Queen of True Crime Transformed Murder Stories Forever. Anne Rule. I won't read the whole thing because maybe we'll do an episode on this. Anne Rule, the Queen of True Crime, has an unforgettable origin story. While volunteering at a suicide prevention hotline in the early 1970s, Rule befriended a handsome young coworker. A few years later, that man, Ted Bundy, was arrested for kidnapping a woman and became the lead suspect in a series of murders.
Oh.
Rules' first book, The Stranger Beside Me, was published in 1980, recounting Bundy's life and crimes from the unusual perspective of the killer's friend.
Wow.
So she's
friends with Ted.
Yeah. She passed away in 2015, but it was almost like she was the first true crime podcast in that she except it was a writer that she befriended Ted Bundy at this job that they had and then found out later like, oh my God, this guy is a serial killer.
The Stranger Beside Me was a bestseller in 1980.
And then I guess she wrote a lot of true crime novels after that, after her first one on Ted Bundy did so well.
Well, the first true crime head.
True crime head. Yeah. She says she was a psychological detective. So we'll have to do some more.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then I'll finish with this. I am obsessed with this guy I found on Twitter.
Yes.
Yes. So he is what's called a geoguesser. He finds people's location or the location of things online. Based
on photos or videos?
Either. So he just will find something in either the video or a picture that is distinct or unique, and he'll hone in on that.
Which is crazy. There was this one photo of this guy had a photo of like his parents from like the 70s or something. And it's just them sitting on like rocks in a park. And he was like, where is this photo taken? It takes him like weeks to find out. And he'll find the exact spot, like in the middle of fucking nowhere. We'll find in like this national park. He'll be like, oh, here's the same rock formation as this. Like he'll be like, I spent 3 weeks looking for this and I finally found it. It's fascinating.
How I found this guy is this man had posted a TikTok of himself eating a bagel.
Yes.
And he's like, this is the best bagel I've ever had, but I'm not going to tell y'all where it is.
The video is just him eating a bagel. You can see he's in some sort of restaurant that has like, it's like a white ceiling with like black lines on it. That's the only...
That's it.
That's it.
And this Rainbolt guy someone showed him the video and he's like, I'm going to find out where this is because I don't like when people gatekeep food.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And so basically the first thing he did was he zoomed in on the video and he saw that the bagel had a blue wrapper.
Right.
So then I guess he Googled and he knew that this was in New York.
Yes.
That was the first thing he knew. So he like Googled all the places that have blue wrappers and there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
So then he just like keeps doing all this information. Like he hones in on,
he visited, he went to New York because I don't know that he lives in New York, but he like flies to places to find these things if he needs to go there. And he went to like different bagel shops to try to find this exact sandwich.
Yeah. And it shows like him like zooming in on like the light structures, like the way the ceiling works, like the angle of the ceiling, like a little place, like he zooms in on you can see a little bit of the window and he zooms in like on the window and like tries to see stuff that's outside.
It's amazing.
And he finds the exact, and then he finds it. He says 168 William Street, New York City. And he contacted the bagel place and had them change the name of the bagel to the Rainbolt.
The Rainbolt bagel. It's amazing.
Yeah. So this guy's crazy. You should follow him on Twitter. I'm sure he has a TikTok. I think he has a TikTok too, where he does all this stuff.
But he found this one photo. Someone was like standing. It was like somewhere in Australia. It was really foggy. There was like one tree and one like telephone pole. And they're like, where am I? And he fucking found it in the middle of fucking Australia.
I don't know how he does it. Like this guy needs to be in the CIA. He's amazing. The craziest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, do you have anything else to add?
I mean, no, I guess not. That's your bimbo news for the week.
That's your bimbo news for this week. Guys, if you have anything to add, please call or email us. Melissa, where can people reach us?
You can email us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com.
All right. Well, I am Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
And that's all, folks.
Goodbye.
original.
Powered by Acast.